input of Rotten Man.
Going to a circle. Pick me along. Going to a circle. Going to a circle. Pick me along. Going to a circle. Pick me along. Going to a circle. Pick me along.
Go.
Pick me along. Going to a circle. Pick me along. Going to a circle.
Get it busy.
Clap your hands.
Get it busy.
Clap your hands. Clap your hands.
Busy. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy.
난 모르겠어 너의 마음이
Get busy.
내 주변 사람 모두 다 내 친구라면
Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. Busy. Get busy. busy. Get busy. Busy. Get busy.
Take a load of this wild thing.
Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home.
Going to a toga.
Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home. Going to a toga. Beat me home.
You what?
Long time no see. Forever.
Going to a go-go. 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 Going to a go-go.
Check it out.
Going to a go-go.
Going to a go-go. Going to a go-go. Going to a go-go. Going to a go-go. Love and peace, Tokyo. Love and peace, Tokyo. Thank you. Rock and roll. Thank you.
Oh!